Hey, good morning, everyone. How's it going today? Hope you're up doing well. It's a great Saturday morning, at least here in Arlington, Texas. Beautiful, sunny day. Always helps put my mind in a better place when you wake up and see a nice, beautiful morning. Squirrels are all out running around in the yard. Good stuff. Anyways, hope you're up, got the mind in the right place. But if not, as always, let's put it in the right place. So this morning, I wanted to share with you some more of this video that I've been watching. It's the John Gordon, and I'm reading it right now, Coach Dabo Swinney talk on positive leadership. So it's about 48 minutes long. So there's just so many good things in this video here that I got to break them up into pieces to share with you guys, because it's just too much information, like a brain overload. So I'll go back, listen to it, absorb it, listen to it again, absorb it, and then really let it stick before I'll share it, just like I do everything else. So something that just really just caught my attention, blew my mind, was just Dabo Swinney's talking about it's the dash is what matters most. The dash is what defined you. He was talking about in this interview how everyone has a birth date, okay, and everyone has an end date. Unfortunately, we all got to go at some point, right? But he's like, it's the dash in between that matters the most. You know, you're born, and then you have this lifespan of what you're doing in between, and that's what you'll be remembered by, is the dash in between. You know, you go to the tombstones, everything, and you always got the your birth date, and you got the dash, and you got the end date. And in this video, he's talking about just a bunch of good stuff. Like he's put in football perspective. He was talking about how like a football coach, he's like, you can be a football coach and never win a championship. Like, that's the goal, right? You're on a team, and your goal is to win a team trophy, team championship of some sort. He goes, but that doesn't define you if you never won one. What defines you is how you treat your players. What'd you do for your players? How did you what kind of people did they become underneath your leadership, and what did they go off and do in life after college, after they spent however many years they spent underneath you. That's what defines you as a coach, as a person, not the team trophy, not the gold medal, if you want to put it in jiu-jitsu perspective, for guys like myself. And again, that's what these videos are for. Like in the description, I put down, my wins, that's just a chunk of some of the things that I've accomplished. And that's just because people might say like, hey, well, why should I listen to this guy? That's just I put that in the description because it's like, I've been through a lot. I challenged myself a lot. So I've been through a lot mentally and physically. So, I have a lot to share because I've been and done a lot of things that a lot of people haven't done. So I put that in the description all the time. But that, in the description, in these videos that I put, just to remind people like what I've done or who I am as far as accomplishment goes, doesn't define me. What defines me is what I'm doing for people, how I help people, how I help my students. I had a couple guys come in the other day, and they're new to jiu-jitsu, and it's always the same question: why are you here? And why I'm asking, why are you here? So I can find out in a deeper meaning, how can I help you? How can I use my program to help you achieve the goals that you want to achieve, whether it's health and fitness, you got, just whatever the thing is that brought you in. What is it that we can do here? So I know exactly how I can go on and to help you. Because like I told one of these new students that signed up the other day, is like, the goal is to always have you become a better person from the day that you walked in. So when you walk into the academy, the goal is to make you a better individual for however long you spend the time with us that you do. Hopefully at some point, people go off and do other things. Some people, I have people with me for a year, 2 years. Some people have been with me 8, 9, 10 years, 11 years. I've had students been with me almost pretty much the whole time I've been, teaching. And so for however long they're with me, the goal is to make them better than when they first walked into the academy. So and listening to this stuff, it's just a great reminder of like why are we here? What are we doing every day? You know, and in this video, he's just talking about wins and losses, mistakes he's made. You know, as a coach, his first couple seasons, you know, he failed. They didn't do good. They had high expectations. They didn't meet them. But that does, you know, those mistakes doesn't, you know, define who he was as a coach. He kept working every day, is just trying to get better. He's talking about details matter. You know, I shared that video the other day, like doing common things in an uncommon way. You know, I'll share this video later, but he's talking about, you know, serving their players' heart, not their talent, meaning, you know, coaches will play people regardless of their grades, you know, if they're failing or not in their classes, because they just want to get the W. You know, you got a really good receiver or running back or whoever, but they're not, you know, maybe they got in trouble, you know, and, you know, they're not really supposed to be playing because of their character, but you play them anyways because of their talent, and that's not it, you know. And what he says in this video is he's trying to how do you put it? He's trying to help the 30-year-old person that they meet. You know, they meet these kids at 18 years old, 19 years old, however old they are when they come to the program. And he's trying to serve the 30-year-old person. He goes, when you run into me at 30-something years old, I want you to be appreciative for the things that I've done. You might not like what I'm saying to you now, or how I'm coaching you now because of the rules and the restrictions and the guidelines that we have, but it's to serve you later on in life, after college, after everything else. When we run into each other later on, you know, it should be all hugs and love because of the things that we've done together and how we grew as a person, as a team, and stuff like that. So he's making it aware that, you know, the championships, that's what they're there to do. That's what he's paid to do. He's brought in as a coach, being paid good money to go and win Clemson championships. But at the end of the day, what he's really trying to do is serve these players and serve these people the best he can, to make them the best individuals that he can while they're under, you know, his tutelage there. So, and to say that, you know, everyone has a birth date and an end date, but it's the dash is what matters most. Was just some really deep stuff, because it is. Like, for instance, like, you know, I haven't forgot about Ted, of course. You know, it's for those that don't know, I had a student just recently pass away. He was with me for a couple years. Is a very consistent student, and you know, when I listen to this video, it reminds me of like a lot of Ted. You know, like the dash. When I went to the church services, all the great things that people went up there and had to say about him was the dash. You know, like on the screen, because they had, when you walked in, there was two big screens, one on the left, one on the right, and it had his picture, of course, and it had his birth date, dash, end date. You know, and in between that, we got to hear all these great stories from all these people we didn't know, that knew Ted a lot longer than us, and spent a lot more time with him. And they shared a lot of great stuff about that dash, that time that he was alive, the time that he did things for other people, and how he was just there and a loyal person, and on and on and on, all the stuff that I've shared just, I don't know, whatever, a week or so ago. And that's it. Like, that's it. Like, that's the goal, man. So if what I'm sharing with you guys is if you don't like where you're at right now, if you're not happy with where your life is, the great thing is that you can change it, you know. And I know a lot of people, they're expecting someone to come in and save them, a guy, a girl, you know, a job, a certain amount of money. You know, if I just had this, if I could just make this amount, or if I just had this person, or if I just could have this or that. And that's not it. It's you that can make those changes, make those adjustments, so that when that time comes, because like I said, unfortunately, we all have to leave, that dash, that small little line there in between our birthday and our end date, you know, what are people going to say about you? You know, what are people going to say about me? You know, can't make everyone happy, you know, that's just the way life is. But if you're trying to be a good person and trying to help people and trying to serve people and trying to bring everyone around you up, and help them up, which is a lot of work, you know, that's what you want to be remembered for, is the good things. Like, you're a good person, have a good heart. You know, you're not selfish. You went out of your way, bent over backwards for a lot of people. And again, everyone watching this at some point or another probably had someone just do them wrong and played them foul, stabbed them in the back, talked about them, whatever. But that's just how people are. That's how some humans are. There's a lot of really good people out there. And, you know, it's just the way it is. But that shouldn't make you salty or change the fact that you should be trying to do everything you can to live the best way you can, not just for yourself, but the people around you. You know, I forgot. As Grant Cardone was, you know, no one is benefiting from you losing. So if you're losing right now in life, things aren't going the way you want them to go, and you're not happy, then, you know, the rest of us are losing, you know. But if you pick yourself up and you put yourself back in the win column of life, then a lot more people are going to benefit along with yourself, you know. So the dash is what matters, to just understand that fact and just put it in perspective. And I just been thinking about it lately, is that's what it's at, man. Like, we have a birthday, you have an end date, and that little dash in between can say a lot about an individual when that time is up. And what will they say about you? You know, what will they say about you? So it's a great way to just kind of wake up a little bit. And if you're feeling a little down and out, and you're feeling a little, again, you're not where you want to be, the great thing is we can change it. We can make those small changes, you know, every day, to just put us in the right place. We're going where we want to go. And like I said, we're in November. It's November 7th. So, I mean, we are literally less than 2 months away from the new year. Don't wait to the beginning of the year to make those changes. Make the changes now. Go into the new year, that person that you're trying to be. You know, we all have work to do. Everyone can be better. Everyone makes mistakes. Everyone says things they're not supposed to say at times, and does things that we're not supposed to do. We're humans. We make mistakes, but we can fix those. That's the beauty about just who we are, is we can make those changes. Some of them want to make them. Some of us don't, unfortunately. But if that's you, make those changes, because it's the dash that is what counts and what matters most. How will you be remembered in that small little section there between your birthday and your end date when the time is up? So really good stuff. Just had to get that out, share that with you guys, and yeah, man, make it happen. All right, guys, have a great day, have a great weekend, and get after it. All right, be a good person and serve other people. We'll see you. All right, Miss Peggy. Miss Peggy is one of the most awesome people I've ever met. So if you know the barbers there, man, they're awesome. So tell Mr. Barber I said hello, Mr. Vince, and we'll see you guys soon up there in Michigan. All right, see you next time.